Alright, birthday Howard, birthday Howard Shai, Kala Howard birthday Howard Shai, birthday Howard Kakadash, giving honor to the elder apostle, great mills from Woodwell, and sincere salutations to the oxen that put in the truth across the four corners of the earth, to the spirit and power of Yahweh birthday Howard Shai of the hope of elect, and who the world inwardly called God, named Yahweh, and who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ, named Howard Shai. For the Hebrew Israelite that consists of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and those who line descendant go back from the 12 tribe of Israel, due to the scattering amongst the nations off the four corners of the earth. Alright, Maharia Call from the Great Millstone, Los Angeles Camp, back from another lesson. Abernal Rasadah, Lord willing, be edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shai Shai, Mahahawa Kakadash with the Holy Spirit. Alright. Now, concerning the blue supermoon, okay? And it's not really going into the blue, not the blue, the moon actually being blue as opposed to like when we have the blood moon when it do change color to red. Alright? But it's significant into when you have more than one full moon, alright, and a same calendar month, alright. And the key word is calendar month because Esau Edom calendar, alright, it's not according to the moon cycle, okay. So the calendar, they like, for instance, we're in the month of September, alright, it's 31 days in this month. But the moon cycle is like 28 point something days. So that's why it make it seem like it's two full moon in 1 month, but it's actually 2 different moon cycles. Alright, going through its phrase. So look at this first since I mentioned it. Change time. This is Daniel 7:25. Alright. And he shall speak great word against the Most High, and shall wear out the saint of the Most High. Alright, with the Israelites. Alright, they'll call Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans people. Alright? This is through oppression. Okay? And think the change time in law, and the key word, the key point I want to highlight is the same time, all right, in law, all right, because some of the law is dictated by the lunar cycles, okay, like keeping the Sabbath, all right, high holy day that's based on the lunar cycles, all right, based on the moon cycles, okay. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and a time and a dividing of the time. All right, so right now, that's why I highlight the same time because it make it seem like there were 2 full moons in a calendar month, but it's not. All right. So it's the unique blue supermoon to rise on Wednesday night. A weird blue supermoon is set to grace the sky tonight, marking an extraordinary celestial event. This phenomenon combines a supermoon where the full moon comes within a day of its closest point to the earth and a blue moon. Right, because it make it seem like it's bigger than it normally is because the how the moon rotate in a different cycles, all right, it make it appear to be closer to Earth. It's just closer, all right. It's always been the same size, but it's appear bigger because it's closer to the Earth at that point in time of its cycle. And a blue moon, this is why it's called blue moon, which is the second full moon in a single month. All right. So I'm gonna keep reading. Let me get this article right here. The spiritual meaning of a blue moon plus ritual manifestation. All right, so when you go down here, when we live in moon instead of months, all right, because moon cycles what our customs based off of the high holy days and the Sabbath, all right, not this calendar that Esau Edom has, all right, based on the solar, like solar, based on the sun cycle. Typically, there is only one new moon and one full moon. Okay, each month, right? The new moon represents the beginning of the moon cycle, and a full moon represents its halfway point in its cycle. Each month, totaling 12 months a year. I mentioned that real quick. The Rock 39. That's 39. 43, right? Or Ecclesiasticus. In verse 6, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time and a sign of the world. All right, of the world equate to Esau Edom. All right, rulership, age period. Okay, but it also says season for a declaration of time. All right, so you know what time of the year you in. Okay. For the moon, it's like it from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases her profession, right? Because that's how you're able to tell when to keep the Sabbath, when to keep the high holy days, all right? Like the stock with the Passover, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all right, the Feast of Tabernacle. All these things are based on our on the lunar cycle that the Heavenly Father has set up for us to follow. For the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her profession. So after the full moon, guess what? It starts to, what's it called, waning. Then it goes back and then repeat the cycle to a new moon. All right. You see the little light silver crescent. All right. That's a sign of a new moon. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully. So from a new moon to a full moon, all right. So the moon is fully lit up, all right, of its round shape, all right, which we know is the sphere. Being an instrument of the army above, who's the army above? The angel, shining the firmament of heaven, all right. So it said, but this is not always the case because the moon has a 29th day cycle, while our calendar month ranges between 28 to 31 days long, and not each month are the same amount of days. Like it said, from 28 and 31. Some months will be 28 days, some months will be 30 days, some months 31 days. All right, because we already read in Daniel 7:25 how you already seek to change time. This throws the lunar cycle out of whack. All right, because the lunar cycle is still the lunar cycle. The calendar make it seem like the lunar cycle is all over the place. All right, that's why the new moon come in on different days of the week of the calendar. All right, like the new moon came in on a Tuesday. All right, and that's why we have our Sabbath Tuesday night to Wednesday night. All right, there's nothing wrong with the lunar cycle. It's all the wrong of the Esau Edom, all right, the Julian calendar, all right, or the Gregorian, whatever it's called these days, all right. Let's call it Esau calendar. In ancient times, this is what we would follow. society follows the lunar cycle rather than the solar cycle. This means that of 12 man-made months and 365 days, there were always 13 moons every year. In the year that we have a blue moon, all right, which means it just simply means an extra full moon, all right, in a one calendar, in a 1 month calendar of Edom, all right, his calendar, okay. In the year that we have a blue moon, there are 13 moons in the year. This is how it always was, which is why a blue moon is so special, all right. And 13 is significant, all right, spiritual, all right. And the elite hate the number 13, all right. Then you got what the 12 tribe of Israel, and you got Yahweh Shai. Okay, so let's go back to the scriptures, all right, because I feel like I'm all over the place. But let's get back to it's that's not it. It's Jeremiah 10:2. Thus says the Lord Yahweh Shai, learn not the ways of the heathen, right, which are the actual other nations, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, right? Because these people, oh my God, it's a blue supermoon, you know, they get it all tweak out about it. But we are not to be dismayed, because those are signs, all right? These are things for us to observe, all right, and to pay attention to for prophecy's sake, and to observe that Yahweh Shai is soon to come back, okay? That's what it was, because when you get into this article right here, it said that impact on natural event, the moon appearance tonight isn't just a spectacle for sky gazers. It has real world implications. Specifically, this full moon raised concern about potentially worsening the storm surge from Hurricane Idalia, which hit Florida Gulf Coast earlier this morning. Right, because you have the moon cycles, all right, which dictate the wave tides, all right, the water and the ocean and stuff. All right, that's why I say somebody's lunatic, because the lunar cycle, all right, the vibration, all right, to the water in your body, all right, which make you go lunatic, all right. With lunatic, go back to the word lunar with the moon. The moon gravitational pull already influences ocean tide, and a supermoon amplifies this effect. So yeah, check out the movie Moonfall. All right, that's never gonna happen, but just the fact that the moon was so close to the Earth, it caused tsunami. All right, would prove that the moon can change the tides of the ocean. All right, leading to heightened high and low tide, like I just did. Forecasters are predicting storm surges of up to 8 feet due to the hurricane. Okay, so I thought that was interesting, because the scripture right here, all right, Luke 21 and 11. All right, which is part of the prophecy of Yahushua coming back, which he said himself. It's written in red. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine and pestilences, and fearful sight, and great sign shall there be from heaven. All right, so that's part of it. Now the next one is my last scripture. I had to get back into work from lunch. It said, Act 2 and 19. And I will show wonder in heaven above, right, it's an atmosphere up in the sky, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. Okay? The sun shall be turned into darkness, and we know what that's going into. But the point I'm going to read to the last part, before that great and notable days of the Lord come. All right, well, I want to get that other scripture where Steve Warren. I gotta get back to work. Let me get this real quick. Steve Warren. Yeah, 21 and 25. That's what I really wanted. Alright. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. We're talking about the super blue moon tonight. And in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. And that's going on, especially Africa. With perplexity, the sea and the wave warn, because the moon dictate the sea tide. All right, that is all point to the indication of your house side return, and it's only gonna increase and get worse. All right, because these are the beginning of sorrow, like Matthew 24 said. Second chapter 15 said these are the bird pain, not gonna flap for a moment. So we're heading into the bird pain where it's not gonna flap for a moment. So with that, let's say shalom.